scary.
Seinfuck.
I just hypothetical. What do you think is the crazy like MAGA cure for tapeworms that they'll like as if they're refusing the vaccine for COVID to take ivermectin? What do they take to combat the worms?
More worms.
More worms.
Raw pork. They think that if they feed the worms raw pork, that it'll kill them.
Oh, that's also really good.
Yeah, but then they need more worms to fight off the trichinosis.
Yeah, the two schools of worms will surely kill each other.
There's like a sectarian conflict happening in their gut biology.
This intestine tract belongs to the pork worms.
Yes, we of the pork worms and we of the ivermectin superworms.
Also, Malcolm, congratulations to your Montreal Alouettes on winning whatever equivalent to the big playoff game is up there.
That game happened in, I believe, November.
Congratulations to the Montreal Alouettes, everybody.
Wait, why are you bringing this up?
Because American football just ended, and I figured Canadian football would also have just ended. But since I don't watch it, and nor does anyone else, then no one would know. The Montreal Alouettes had won.
Here's the thing. There is no minor league system in football, so they have to come up to Canada to play.
It's not true. They just made a new one.
Well, there's, I guess, the XFL US.
Wait, football doesn't have a minor league?
It does now.
But it didn't.
Well, it has because of the CFL, but you guys are creating just another section of it. It's what they're trying to do is create like a spring ball season where like
AA, AAA sort of deal.
Yeah, I mean the truth is that usually people who play football play 4 years, 5 years. Actually, there's current players who have played 7 years of college football.
They're just like failing on purpose to keep going. Like, no, I'm going for my master's, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, no, there are those guys who are just like, I'm getting my master's. Like, there's a guy who was drafted in last year's NFL draft. His name was Stetson Bennett. Great name. And he was like 20, I think he's like 26, 27. He's like a quarterback. He could have been drafted. There's, I believe, like his first year of eligibility for drafting would have been like 2018. So he was just playing college football until basically they're like, you're too old and you have to go to the NFL now.
I mean, Stetson Bennett is a really good name. I know you had said it, but that's noir crime.
It's a cowboy name.
That's PI name. Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping he just fades away so I can steal that name for my own book. Like, it's just like,
there you go.
You can do it now. I promise you that anyone reading your books will not know who Stetson Bennett is.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yes, and my new protagonist in my novel, Aaron Rodgers.
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
The mystery he needs to solve. Why doesn't this get rid of the worm?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty
good.
Yeah.
No, it's his gut is like, would you love me if I turned into a worm?
Really? That meme from like months ago?
Yeah, well, I was like, we got to bring it in somehow. There's probably one listener going like, yeah, fuck yeah, he did it. He brought it in. Guys, I'm legally inebriated right now.
You are legally inebriated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's within tolerance.
Well, no, not within tolerance. I had a minor procedure on my stomach this morning in which I had to go under anesthetics.
Localized anesthetics, or just like, did they put you full? Oh, okay, so
yeah.
Localized would mean in a specific area. General anesthetic means they put you under.
Yeah, it was
general anesthetics is a rank below corporal anesthetics.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, no, I guess it was,
that's fun.
I guess it was general. Yeah, they brought a camera and they checked my stomach. But it was fun because they were like, we can't let you check out of the hospital unless you get someone to like check you out. Like, you need a person to be like, hey, I'm going to make sure they're not going to get behind the vehicle of a car.
Okay, yeah. What did you do?
So, I mean, my first thought was, I was like, man, I really want to get an Uber driver and just be like, hey, you got to like park and then come in and then sign off.
Me out of the hospital.
Just for the bit.
5 stars.
I was like, this would be perfect bit. I would be like, yeah, you're going to get the max tip for this. Like, it's going to be a great story. But then I couldn't get any Uber drivers to commit to the bit. They kept declining. It turns out it's a waste of their fucking time, apparently.
Yeah, I mean.
And then my mom got wind of the procedure, so she was like, "I'll drive you." So I was like, "Fuck." I was going to try Lyft.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a quick procedure. Nothing. Well, it's not a quick procedure. I was out for like 2 hours, but it's a weird thing to be like, "Hey, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to record a podcast several hours later."
Very nice. We're all happy you made it through.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure the worm in your gut is very happy that they've cleaned out its lodgings.
Yeah, well, he hid. They haven't found him, so I told him to hide.
You still have your pet, a boy and his worm.
What's its name? Do you have a nickname for it?
Yeah, it's because he's a champion. Tom Brady.
I thought you were going to say Alouette.
I thought he was going to say Shai Hulud.
Okay, explain Shai Hulud.
Shai Hulud is the fucking worm. It's the sandworm from Dune, you fucking...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Absolute shame.
I don't care about Dune.
I don't want to hear it no more. Not about Dune.
I think we talked about it last episode, so cut that, Sasha.
Why did you start singing that like Cheer Up Charlie from Willy Wonka?
Guys,
Sasha.
You can keep that part in. No, I think that's the other side of this is that they're like, you can't sign legal documents today, and they were like, don't do anything that you might regret. And I was like, well,
fucking, you're recording a podcast, buddy.
And I'll be damned if you don't regret every episode of these we record.
Exactly.
I always hear back from Malcolm the day after, we have to cut at least 30% of what you said, Buck, and I say, okay. He does it anyway.
So what else is going on in everybody's lives? I mean, we were talking a little bit before we really started recording about the strange real life apes, the movies with the apes.
Yeah, I saw that Super Bowl ad about for the kingdom of the planet of the apes. And the first thing that stopped me about it wasn't the title, because that was at the end. It was that, Robert, I think you were the one who said that they were oddly realistic, or that you had the technology, or that we had the technology.
It is strange right now that they have the technology to create photorealistic apes, and they made an entire franchise to flex that fact.
Are they really photorealistic, though?
I mean,
can you not tell these are CG apes?
Okay, there's a difference between realistic and photorealistic. Like, they have models of monkeys. I'm not expecting there's a suspension of belief that you go into it. I know they're not perfect, but they're also not throwing their own shit, so I'm fine with that.
I see. Well, besides that, the name is fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing that made... here's what's going to be so infuriating. The movie's going to probably be good, and it has a bad name. All these movies do. Like, it's like Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Like, let me look at all the names of these recent ones.
I was literally just doing that.
These movies are not fucking good.
Yeah.
Are you watching these movies?
I watched the first two. I did watch War for the Planet of the Apes, and that movie is actually good. Like, I will say. I
don't agree. That fucking movie sucked.
That movie has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I've obviously seen the original Planet of the Apes, and I saw the 2001 remake. I also think I saw another one of the Charlton Heston ones, but that was in later in the 70s. That was of that sort of brand. I know there was a giant nuclear bomb in it, and that's how it kind of ended.
Because the reboot series, it's starts with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, then War for the Planet of the Apes, and now it's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
So, but the original series was Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, and Battle for the Planet of the Apes. This is such a stupid series.
It's a really dumb series, right? So, in our obsession to constantly take and remake movies that will not be good as the original, no matter how decent our technology is, we're once again revamping.
Robocop is another example. They made that Robocop remake, and that sucked.
That really
the original Robocop still fucks.
I buy that for $1.
I love Robocop, like the original one. It's just a great movie. It's like perfect. And that's the thing. I'm just like, they're trying like right now to do a remake of like Escape from New York. And I'm like, I don't think it needs it.
If it don't got Russell Crowe in it or whatever.
He'd have to show up. If it doesn't, like, he's a working actor. He can be in the movie if he wants to. At the same time.
If it doesn't have Russell Crowe Snake Plissken, I don't care and I won't watch it.
It'll probably have Russell Crowe's son, Wyatt Russell.
Sorry, you mean Kurt Russell, not Russell Crowe.
Kurt Russell. I always get those two fucked up.
Kurt Russell, yeah. Wyatt Russell is going to be is probably going to replace him as Snake Plissken. If I have money to bet, which I don't.
Would you rather replace him? Would you rather be Snake Plissken?
No. I do not have the physique.
Yeah. Well, if we gave you the training budget to go train to be Snake Plissken, could you do it?
Can you imagine that there's just Robert gets pulled into that dark, shady room at Escape from New York, and they're just like, the president is in there, and we need you to go get him. Robert's like, what's in it for me?
I would not say that. If the president I probably would what I would say is which president?
President.
It'll be, in the remake, it'll be a queer woman of color.
Don't give me some fucking, that's some Harper ass bullshit. You do not need to bring
He's
up
right. He's absolutely correct.
I'm not even trying to be that, like,
That's just what movie studios are doing. Is literally an observable fact.
They're going to be like, you have to save Kamala Harris stand-in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah.
Hey, they started it. Well, they didn't start it. They literally just made the same observation that literally everyone else was making. They're on TV and they can say it. That's the only reason everyone's just like, oh, they did it first.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I mean, yeah, like it's gone are the days that a British man will play the American president.
Madam President. And it's like a fucking Terry Crews in a dress or something.
I mean, I'd like that. I think that would be really cool.
That.
Yeah.
I would love it. Especially if they played it straight and that was the only part of the movie that was like wacky.
Teresa Crews.
Didn't they do that? Didn't he do that in like Idiocracy? Isn't he like...
No, he's Macho Camacho.
That's supposed to be played for laughs.
He's President Camacho in Idiocracy.
Yeah, but I thought he was wearing a dress in that.
No.
Also, I think there's something funny about like the idea of like, if like he's not in a dress, he's just Terry Crews, like super ripped and stuff, but he can't fight to save like his life. So he has to get a guy who won't be in as good of shape as him to like come in and like, I don't know, escape the mean streets of New York.
And in Idiocracy, he was a porn star. I don't know how well he could fight.
He wasn't just a porn star. He was like everything. He was like a fucking pro wrestler, porn star, fucking gladiator.
Also, what building? So in the original Escape from New York, if you remember this, there's like a whole set piece using like a stealth glider to land on top of the World Trade Center.
So bad.
Do you go to like the One World Trade Center and do that
Freedom Tower?
Yeah. No, you do the Empire State Building this time, I think. It's just
oh my God. Easier. It'd be so funny. It's like they land on there, but then some guy gets electrocuted at the top of it as they land. Oh no, the weather. I
would just like it if they just, universe where the Twin Towers never fell. It was just like, yeah, this is what could have happened.
That kind of would go hard.
Happen. Right?
Yeah. That's the kind of alt history stuff that I'm in for right now. Like what if New York, two things didn't happen. One, Rudy Giuliani is not elected mayor, so the city succumbs to its darkness. And two,
9/11 didn't happen.
New York succumbing to its darkness is entirely contingent on Rudy Giuliani.
Because New York is a crime-infested hellhole again because Rudy Giuliani didn't get elected.
Again?
It is no longer the center of the world and a target for the 9/11 terrorists. And so it didn't happen. The Twin Towers still stay.
That is so fucking funny. I can't bear it. I can't bear that idea. It's like President Bush isn't elected, and because of that, America falls to 1,000 years of darkness.
Yeah, Al Gore was ruled the president by the Supreme Court, and then the 1,000 years of darkness fell.
How would you like that, Robert? How would you like if some genie was like, "Oh, I can change the world however you want"? You were like, "What if Al Gore got elected? He like opens a portal, and it's literally literally just like Fist of the North Star. Like, punching the shit out of each other.
Wastelands and broken skyscrapers.
It's a desert. It's a nuclear desert with buildings.
Oh, I'd love that.
So
I'd
cool.
genuinely be like, I would kind of like, I'd have to know why. What happened?
Yeah. Well, wouldn't we all?
It's like because Al Gore was elected. Yeah.
Global warming came true because Al Gore was elected.
Al Gore doesn't create his hit documentary An Inconvenient Truth.
so climate change is somehow accelerated.
I'm choking on my apple snapple here.
Yeah, and then because of that, Barack Obama stays a junior senator from Illinois. Yeah, and
what did Hillary do? What did Trump do?
Well, yeah, Hillary she still did Benghazi.
That's unchangeable. That's
unchangeable. Yeah, and Donald Trump, in a weird twist of fate, he replaces Lorne Michaels running SNL.
That is a weird twist of fate.
And because of that, SNL is canceled after a year. It shuts down. And the people rejoice.
Yeah, and it turns out Shane Gillis is the biggest star to come out of that show since Will Ferrell. just like all these shitty.
I love how SNL is still going on, even though it's a nuclear wasteland. I don't think that really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I remember, being obsessed with me. Like, I need to, find a way on SNL. It's 2014. I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing sketch. I'm doing improv. I'm too scared to do stand up at that point. And now it seems like it's kind of a curse.
Yeah. You get on SNL, you never go anywhere else, or you are destined to do commercials until you die.
Yeah, it's like whatever happened to Beck Bennett? What has he done since he left the show?
Hey, that's a good question.
You got a pretty good shot on SNL, Malcolm, since they don't put funny people on that show.
Listen, for a guy who was laughing at my jokes and like spitting up his water, like, listen.
It's true. I guess he was in a movie last year called Office Race.
Oh, great! What a great movie that I've never heard of before, and I'm sure it was
was it a Peacock movie or was it?
No, that's just
Welcome to hell.
Oh man, that'd be such a funny pipeline to be like, I was on SNL and now I star in Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh yeah, it was a Comedy Central exclusive.
Who's doing Comedy Central movies in 2024?
Who do you think would survive? Like, if we put the SNL cast against each other in tournament-style combat, who do you think would emerge as the victor?
The current SNL cast?
Current SNL cast,
Against the old SNL cast?
No, against each other.
Oh, so like a battle royale, whoever is on the cast?
No, you're not listening. Tournament-style, one-on-one combat, okay? Who emerges as the ultimate fighter on SNL?
Great question. I'm thinking of what a question.
Great question.
Fantastic.
I know that Mikey Day dies immediately. I know he's gone.
Michael Longfellow probably follows afterwards.
I was gonna say, I think Michael Longfellow sneaky. I think he's sneaky. I think he could choke out someone.
Plus 800 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
Plus 800.
I think Andrew Dismukes, he's got a shot. He's got that Cajun blood in him, so he's a wild card. That's not a slight on him. He talks about being Cajun a lot on SNL.
He's Texan.
To his detriment, perhaps.
To his detriment. I think Punky Johnson has a really good shot. I think she could make it.
Punky Johnson could fuck some people up. I could see that. James Austin Johnson, I could see him being like a secret fucking psychopath. I think ultimately, though, Kenan Thompson's going to edge out everybody and stay on the cast for another 20 years.
I agree, on account of he's the only member of current SNL that I am aware of, and all of these other jobbers would surely die in the first round.
You didn't even Google? You didn't even use Google?
I could be fucked. I really don't care who these people are. SNL sucks. It sucked for 10 years.
It's so funny because you're going to end up being on the show.
I could see that. Unfortunately,
that's going to be your curse.
The three of us, I think Harper is just shameless and talented enough.
That's fucked up. Yeah. That's fucked up that you would wish that on me.
Shameless
I sincerely hope if I ever get on there and you hear me give the live from Saturday night opening, that you would honestly just wait outside for me and put me down like I was fucking old yeller.
You're Shane Gillising it.
Rabies.
You're gonna say I'm gonna go and do the monologue, and then I'm gonna like Bud Dwyer myself, and then you're gonna actually host, and you're gonna like.
I'm on a fucking retractable zip line noose, and I'm live from New York. It's Saturday night, and that flies through the audience.
You're just like that fucking urban legend about the one of the. Fucking what is the town in Wizard of Oz where the little people in Wizard of Oz where there's a conspiracy theory that there's a shot in Wizard of Oz where you can see one of them hanging in the background.
Poughkeepsie?
Not Poughkeepsie.
My favorite thing with SNL lore is that they did an episode years ago, I think it was in the 80s, where there was like a fan could like win to host SNL.
That sounds like it would have been awful TV.
Oh, it was because the fan that won the contest was like an 84-year-old woman. She's like the second oldest host in SNL history, and she had no acting experience before or after she hosted SNL. That's the thing is like if they bring this contest back, my goal is to make sure that Harper wins that contest.
Oh yeah, I will commit voter fraud in order for Harper to beat it.
Panic is hosting SNL.
Oh god. Oh god.
The actual fear on his face right now.
Because what would I talk about? I'd get up there and I'd be like, I don't really like this fucking show. I don't know who any of you are, except you, Keenan. I like you.
Good Burger Team could have been a bit better, but that's fine.
I really only know you from Keenan and Kel and Good Burgers. So
yeah. The winner who won that Anyone Can Host contest, her name was McLeod Spillman. She was 80 years old, and she was a German immigrant and grandmother from New Orleans. And she was born in 1897. So German immigrant, probably a Nazi. She probably had some Nazi.
1897 depends on when she moved to the U.S.
She's not a fucking Nazi.
She could.
You guys hear German and think Nazi?
Yeah.
Didn't we have a conversation about that just the other day, Malcolm? The people in Germany being racist within this whole Gaza thing, and then being like, well, you just keep calling us Nazis, so we're just playing to type. We're just doing what you tell us we are. Like, I don't think that's how
it's like illegal for them to exhibit those behaviors over there. They're not Nazis.
Worse, apparently.
Has it gotten worse? Yeah. In what way? I'm just wondering. Robert never wants to broach anything entertaining.
Yeah.
God
that
forbid
is not
we have fun.
entertaining. That's sad.
What's sad? That people's rights are being restricted in a funny way?
Yeah. Well, what's also funny about her appearance as well was that there was like an infamous like Elvis Costello got banned from ever playing on SNL again because he like decided he wanted to play Radio, which was like an unreleased song critical of like just broadcast TV. He was playing like the song they agreed to, and 30 seconds later he started playing this other song. And I think it's hilarious that he was the musical guest on the episode where like a fan wins. Because I would have also loved it.
Yeah, the episode's the shit show. This is the shit show episode.
Yeah.
Worse than Steven Seagal.
Exactly. Like, but I would say it would have been so funny if it was like a fan hosted, like won the like anyone can host contest. And then they also were like anyone could play. And so it was just some like random person.
Some guy in the guitar like doo 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 doo.
Yeah, you've seen him at the Old Mill Pub and Grill. And now he's playing SNL.
You've seen him at the Old Mill Pub and Grill down in San Antonio. Now, Ethan the Hitman Hawk.
Yeah,
Ethan Hawk. Hitman. Ladies love the spectacles. Absolutely. The spectacles, the diabetes, I got it all. What don't I got?
You don't actually have diabetes, though.
No. I'm working on it.
I don't even. We're not getting into this. I'm not going to argue with you about your health issues.
This is the third topic you decided not to get into, by the way, this podcast.
Okay, I'll argue with you whether you have health issues. Are you pre-diabetic, Harper?
Yeah.
I'm pretty diabetic, little sweet man.
Yeah, the doctor says my ears get swollen because I'm pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
Also, breaking news. Rachel Dolezal, who renamed her...
Is she dead too?
Hold on, I gotta actually find her, what she renamed herself to, is fired from a Tucson school for having an OnlyFans account.
Everyone knew about Rachel Dolezal's OnlyFans. This is not breaking news.
Because she changed her name when she got hired.
To what?
That's what I'm finding.
First of all, like, why did the school hire her in the first place? She became famous for being perpetually in blackface.
I don't think they knew.
They had to have known. She was famous, like one of the most famous women of like 2014, I think.
Not everyone pays attention to the news that much, especially not like a charter school in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, yeah, because she changed her name to Nkechi Amari Diallo.
Yes, Nkechi Amari Diallo.
Even though she is of Czech descent.
In Catalina Foothills was the charter school that she got fired from, and she lost her job over the fact that she had an OnlyFans account. That is...
Listen, I will say this. I do believe that, we don't pay teachers enough, and, and they should be okay, like, having OnlyFans accounts. First, just pay teachers more. Pay teachers more. Also,
aren't you afraid that you're going to hunt you down for that opinion, Malcolm? Aren't you afraid that they're going to come for you with pitchforks and torches?
Those bitches could come find me, all right?
No one's going to come find you, Malcolm. Everyone thinks teachers don't get paid enough. No one's willing to do anything about it.
Meet me in the parking lot. Well, actually, I'd make the argument that there's probably some
tag team with Aquilini.
Aquilini and I agree. Teachers need to be paid more.
I doubt that. I very much doubt Aquilini.
You should ask Francisco if he believes that's true.
Oh, actually,
because that would be another great sticking point for Canucks Twitter.
Yeah, obviously, he blocked me on Twitter on one of my accounts. But what I would love it is one of you two has Twitter. Can you tweet at him and ask him, do you believe teachers should be paid more?
I put the onus on Harper here. I don't use my Twitter as much as I can.
I refuse to add Francisco Aquilini on the basis that he will never respond to me.
That's fair.
As I have like 100 followers, and B, he won't give a shit about teachers enough to reply anyway.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Aquilini, sell the Canucks. I don't care that they're good.
You could probably get them pretty good with it. You just like added him. Francisco Aquilini says something like, ignore this post if you don't think teachers get paid more.
Well, that's it. He's on that Twitter account. The problem is I'm trying to find his burner account because he clearly has one.
He clearly has one.
Why are you starting a conflict with this guy, man?
Well, because he's a bad person. But
we could be talking about Rachel Dolezal and an OnlyFans account.
I wouldn't really want to see Rachel Dolezal naked.
I don't want to see her naked either. But what I want to see is more respect for the teachers. I think teachers don't get enough respect. I think we agree.
Also, we are a sex positive podcast. If you have an OnlyFans account, we don't believe you should be fired over it.
We don't believe you. Period. We don't believe you. And you should send us a link to prove it.
Rachel Dolezal is really weird, so I'm not going to touch that.
Another subject that Roberts refused to delve into. This marks number 4.
Is this what this is? Is just me getting called out for this?
Stop saying you won't delve into it.
Okay. I think you shouldn't pretend to be black when you're not black.
Well, Robert, they're really going to come for you with the pitchforks and the torches.
I don't believe in transracial identities.
Well, hold on.
What's your pitch?
My pitch. Okay, hold on. Should 6ix9ine be able to say the N-word in his songs?
Who's 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine is a rapper. Didn't he go to prison?
He's a snitch.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the guy with the rainbow grill and the face tattoo.
Oh, Takechi 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that how you know him? You wouldn't know if I just had 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of different rappers. So there's, okay. You know what? I think he could say the N-word because I know he should already be dead. So like
he's done it before. His most popular songs start with that word, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
But why do you think he can't say it?
Why do you think he can't say it? Is my question.
I don't know his nationality or his racial identity.
He calls himself Takechi 6ix9ine.
I don't know what that is.
You seen a picture of him? He is not black. No shot he's black.
I don't know what he is.
I couldn't tell you. That's the whole argument for transracialism.
His race is rapper.
Ooh. Oh.
Whoa. You can't say that.
What was next, Robert? Is he a thug?
No. Only Young Thug is a thug.
Listen, we live in the world in which Rudy Giuliani was elected mayor.
God damn it.
Universe A, if you will.
Yeah. If that didn't happen, New York would be unrecognizable.
I discovered something else while I was on the internet this week. You know the Pokemon Onyx, the rock snake?
Sure.
Can you spell it?
Onyx?
It is Onix. You believe this?
What the fuck?
I know. Everyone else agrees with you.
Yeah.
It's another one of these, what do you call it, Mandela Effect situations where everything is just suddenly changed because the Large Hadron Collider powered on one day. Don't believe it for a second, folks. You are in a different reality. You are not the same you that was present at the change of the tides.
Yeah, every single time you wake up in the morning while the Large Hadron Collider's on, you wake up into a different reality. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you could make that argument just waking up every morning, but especially when the Large Hadron Collider was powered on and ate the reality that you were a part of.
Welcome to
this is really
podcast,
what it does,
ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, the Large Hadron Collider creates black holes that consume entire realities.
Yeah,
at least 1/186th of the realities are swallowed.
Yeah, you want to keep going?
I could. I really could.
I know you could. That's why I'm telling you to keep going.
All right. My theory is that CERN is aware of this phenomenon and that are even encouraged to keep doing it. And that a group of, Bilderberg types like the Illuminati or the Freemasons have made.
Shut the fuck up.
I just want to say, I do have my final thoughts on it. Listen, it's wrong that the school board fired her, even though I don't agree with the hiring in the first place because of...
She needs a job. I don't want to be like...
yeah, that's the thing. It's not the being fired for OnlyFans is wrong. That's the wrong part. You know, if she was being fired for perpetual blackface, then I think that's okay.
That's dicey, but
yeah, it's the Rachel divide.
I don't think that anyone should I don't feel like anyone should be in an economic situation where selling pictures of yourself naked is a viable source of income or a necessary source of income.
Yeah, the necessary is probably the key word there.
I'd rather sell pictures of my body go to war. So I will put that.
Malcolm, I'm sure you would have at least 2 buyers right here.
Yeah,
ready to support you.
We just support our friends.
We just really want you to spread your ass on camera. That's mostly what we want.
Yeah, Harper and Robert got my back.
Absolutely. If no one else got you,
no, we've got your back shots. That's what we have.
Yeah, that's what we have, and we will release them to the public if you don't pay us X amount of dollars.
Yeah, good news is I don't have an OnlyFans.
Oh.
But it's not a problem if I do.
We'll get him next time, Harper. Damn.
Yeah, damn.
Damn.
Well, this is a problem it's going to be a problem with the Gen Alpha school kids, with their parents having OnlyFans. I hear it's already happening.
Oh, yeah.
The kids are getting bullied out of schools.
There was a mom.
That's awesome. Robert's new things to bully kids over. Wonderful.
There's a fucking
awesome. That's the greatest schoolyard comeback you can ever see. I've seen your mother.
It's not even I've seen. It's like, is this your mom's butthole?
Yeah, no, I saw there's an article from the Toronto Sun, and the headline, this was published 2 days ago, was OnlyFans mom branded a sinner by Christian school that expelled her kids.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, because what was happening was she was driving around in a truck that had those decal, the stencil decal.
Yeah, the OnlyFans decal.
And it was the OnlyFans decal with her her tag of you can sign up.
That's fun.
But I guess the craziest part about it is the fact that it was a private school, and she makes enough money from OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to feel bad for her when you put it like that.
Wait. Did she pick her kids up from school in the OnlyFans truck?
Yeah.
Every teacher's just like, oh, I'm pulling up my phone for a completely unrelated reason.
Oh, well, there's another funny thing is that the fucking teachers had to be like sitting down with that kid at a one-on-one and just like, how's your mom? She good? Yeah. If you could tell her to do more, if you could tell her that your teacher said that it'd be great for your development if she could post more content like she did yesterday.
Yeah. More custom content.
Hey, Timothy, can you just ask your mom why it's taking so long for my request to be...
for my request to process.
For processing?
Did she get the package in the mail?
Did the... can you ask your mom if the items that I got from her Amazon wish list, if those arrived?
Those arrived.
It speaks well of us that the best, like the worst that we could assume in this situation is that teachers would be signed up to that.
Yeah.
No, it's much worse than that in reality. It always will be.
But her name, the woman who had her, like, whose kids were expelled, was Piper Fawn on OnlyFans. Support Piper Fawn. Her kids didn't
shout out to a real one.
Shout out to the real one.
No, shouldn't encourage this.
Yeah, you got to encourage this
at all. She drives her kids around in a fucking truck with her OnlyFans marker on. Don't encourage that.
She makes enough money to go send them to private school. Like, come on.
Yeah, well, she can maybe use some of that fucking money to fix her dumbass brain.
Listen,
maybe then she'll have two brain cells to rub together instead of driving her fucking kids around in her OnlyFans wagon.
She's got to support her kids somehow.
The only van.
The only van.
Freudian.
Oh man, no, but yeah, I'm all supporting for her. She fuck Liberty Christian Preparatory School.
You did the right thing,
Malcolm's
Liberty Christian
really
Preparatory School.
Yeah. Listen, just because it was a windshield-sized decal on the back of her truck, all right, doesn't mean that a woman can't support herself.
Horrendously stupid. Huge idiot. Stupid.
Listen, I'm sure there's a lot of truckers who see it and go, oh, maybe I'll check it out.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are a lot of people waiting in line behind her that are checking it out to pick up their fucking kids. My God, what a society it evolved into. Soon you'll have something that's just like best brick weed hit up my Insta with a huge fucking tag on the back windshield.
That already fucking exists. There was a service in San Diego where people were dropping weed via drone.
You see that pull up to your kid's private school and you're sitting behind it just like brick weed, drone delivery. I don't want my kids seeing that. You probably don't, because a lot of kids that get into weed really do get into worse things. That gateway drug stuff isn't bullshit, and it's the most normalized addiction.
What are you talking about? You literally started this episode talking about gambling. Like, what are you? You're a hypocrite. Like, you're a hypocrite.
I'm a hypocrite?
You are.
Just because I gamble and smoke weed, I'm a hypocrite?
Yes. And I'm sure, and I'm sure that
I know better than anybody because I gamble and smoke weed.
Listen, I'm sure you don't have
this is the most normalized addiction in the world. If you think that weed isn't the most normalized addiction in the world, you are wrong.
Yeah, it's vape. Oh man, what flavor are you smoking this day?
This is Thin Mints with a Z at the end. It's a flavorful smoke, nice
Girl
body.
Scout cookie brand.
No. It's a hybrid strain. A CDT strain, I believe, is what they call it. I don't endorse doing this, by the way, but if you live in Arizona, it's recreational.
It's recreational here in Canada. The whole nation, you can go to any province, smoke them up.
Most places that are based and cool to live in, you can do it.
Yeah. Let's just say Arizona based.
Very based.
You heard it here first, folks. Arizona based.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's that, Malcolm? Hockey belongs in the desert? What a nice guy.
I'm going to read a fucking user submission, you fucking piece of shit. We have a question from a listener who'd like to be known as Kiki, K-I-K-I. Their song recommendation is Greedy by Tate McRae. And their question is, what's the strangest / weirdest thing you've ever seen / experienced you still have no explanation for?
Oh, interesting. So can you read that one more time?
I got too high and saw the face of God one time.
Whoa. Well,
that's true.
But then you have an explanation.
That's an explanation. You have an explanation for that. You got too high.
Yeah.
No. No, because I don't normally see stuff like that just from like smoking a joint.
Yeah, but I think that's too like it needs to be a step further.
It needs to be more inexplicable.
Yeah, I'm going to read the question again. So, what's the strangest / weirdest thing you've ever seen / experienced that you still have no explanation for?
Oh, okay. I can start with one. I passed out in a chair one time at my grandma's house in Florida and woke up in her bed. And when I came to, I asked why I was there, and they said, you were screaming. You were screaming your neck out, and no one could figure out what was wrong with you. And you took punches at your ma and stuff, and you woke up in like just now. It's the whole thing.
Jesus.
And no one could explain what was wrong with me or like if I was like hurt or something. I still don't know what happened.
And it never happened again.
Presumably.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Or maybe no one's told me.
Yeah, it's so funny because like with the like when I had to go under general anesthetics, I think that's the wrong word.
General anesthesia.
Yes, general anesthesia. They like asked me before. They're like, "Have you been under this before?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Were you violent when you woke up?"
I'm sure they. Yeah.
And I'm like, "No." And then the nurse came to me and she was just like, "Yeah, there's a problem in which like people have like repressed anger, and then once they come out of like being like under, they immediately come out and they start attacking." Like,
yeah, because they come out with like no filter, like the chemicals in your brain that would otherwise stop you from doing that are just shut down by the chemicals they give you.
Yeah, exactly. So this one I was like, no. Like the last time I was on it, I was just like in so much pain still. I was like, what's happening?
The last time I was under general anesthesia, I was just hitting on people. It was kind of funny.
I guess that's one that's like, okay, I guess the only explanation is you had some sort of night terror and you're kind of sleepwalking.
Yeah, or some kind. How old were you?
Me?
Yeah. Who do you think we're talking to?
We're talking.
I was talking about Malcolm. You were just talking about being under the general anesthetic. So
well, yeah, we had a bit of a tangent, and then, but yeah, we said you probably had a night terror.
Yeah, well, God forbid. Like anyway, yeah, I think I was like 10 or 11 at the time.
Interesting.
Who knows? It could have been anything.
Huh.
They could have been making it up.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. That's interesting. I'm wondering. I'm curious. So between seeing the face of God and having a purported night terror coming out swinging, which one do you think is weirder?
Given the circumstances, probably the night terror, supposedly. I don't even know if that's what it actually was because I have less of an explanation for it.
Are you chewing gum?
It really sounds like you're chewing tobacco right now. Like,
I have a lot of gum.
It's like, nom, 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 nom.
It's just,
oh, great.
You're recording a podcast and chewing
audio,
gum.
Yeah, our audio experience.
The listeners love that.
I just want to say...
All right, big league chew. You will put the floor or someone else on blast for this. Malcolm?
I'm actually having a hard time trying to like think of something right now. I think like an unexplained thing. I'm just like I always remember like my mom had a house and it was like on top of this hill, and like I remember always kind of being like not necessarily scared, but it was always like this weird vibe like downstairs. Like when you would go in, it would almost like you'd like hear things, and like I remember like after my dog died, like there was like one day where I felt like I could like still hear him, like I could hear like him going and then like jump on my bed, and like I swear I saw like sort of like the imprint of like where he would be sleeping like kind of form on the bed, and it was be like I don't know, it was like 3 a.m. I like woke up for like I don't know, like 2 minutes, and then then by the night it was like completely gone. But like there was like stuff like that I just kind of remember being like, oh, was this a ghost? Like I've never seen a ghost. but I think this felt like the closest to it, where I was like, oh, maybe there's animal ghosts. Like at that point I'd not thought about like ghosts are usually like, oh, are they there? You think it's a person, but like it was just your dog that just really wants to be near you.
Ghost dog. Oh, that's interesting.
And this happened a few times. It wasn't just like one time. I remember like it happening like 4 or 5 times.
I mean, I've had some fairly unexplained stuff happen to me. I mean, like kind of similar in the vein though. I definitely had like a ghost-like experience, if not like just an outright ghost. I mean, I was walking home one night and this was in San Diego, and I was coming home from the bar. So I was pretty drunk. So take that with a grain of salt. I wasn't like shit-faced or anything like that.
Here comes the explanation.
I was tipsy walking home, and there was a guy in front of me basically the entire time. And we were just walking, and I couldn't see him very well, and it was all like shadow, and it was on one side. We're walking on one side of a fairly busy street, but there was no other pedestrians, and we're walking, and so we're going with they're across the light rail, or I guess in City the trolley, across the trolley, and he got ahead of the trolley. Trolley came by. I was sitting at like the crosswalk, and the trolley goes completely by, and he looks like he's just standing there waiting for me to like catch up or something like that. And then I blink, and he's just gone.
Whoa!
It was like a 20-minute walk home. I had like 5 minutes after that, and he was just completely gone. I never saw him again. And yeah.
Did you ever try to do like the walk like again to see like maybe it would like appear and he's just kind of always walking on that?
No, route? I didn't. I mean, I had done that walk several times in the past and never happened again. Never saw him again.
It's like one of those things, like movies where like someone is like standing behind a bus and it's like they're waving, and then the fastest bus in the world comes by and then they like disappear. Gone.
Well, he was visible after the light rail passed, and then he disappeared.
Oh, like did you see him vanish in thin air, or
no? I like blinked and he was gone.
It was the ghost of Cairo Sajiro.
The light rail adventure. This was technically in San Diego, but still, that would be awesome.
I thought you said the light rail. My bad.
It is the trolley. I mean, yeah,
it's the BART,
the red trolley.
Oh man, that's an interesting one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, because I'm kind of someone where I'm like until they disprove ghosts, like I feel like there's a chance that they are there, and I don't want to be the guy being like, "There's no such thing as ghosts." Like we don't have the science.
I don't want to be that nerd.
We don't want to. We don't have the science to prove or disprove. Very similarly, to
believing in ghosts and not believing in God is crazy.
I never said I didn't believe in God. I said I don't believe in secular religion.
I mean, yeah, we know Malcolm. He's not religious, but he's spiritual.
Sorry, my stepbrother come by. He says he believes in ghosts, but not in the Holy Spirit. And
let's just say Harper did a very funny gesture.
He did a gesture.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say.
What do they say, Harper?
Yeah, what do they say? We're not ending this on chewing noises. We're not ending this on chewing noises.
Well, come on, that would have been funny.
That would have been funny. I do think we should end it.
All right.
We're not ending on chewing noises. We're ending on us yelling at Harper.
Yeah, fuck you, boo, Harper.
Come on, hey.